Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Monster Prom, where last time I played the game, I didn't really have too much of an understanding of how the game was played. I didn't realize it kind of almost functions more like a board game, in that, like, it's designed for multiple people to be playing along. But it's also kind of like everybody takes their turns, goes to different events. Like, it feels that every turn is kind of like drawing a chance card in Monopoly, and the chance card creates this kind of resulting storyline. Last time I did not make it to prom. This time I hope to do a little bit better. I took some notes based on what Natasha commented on my last video in regards to focusing not just on the stats, but also the storyline. The fact that I had gotten so far in just one character's storyline wasn't something I really considered in regards to a success in making it to prom. So I'm going to try to pay attention to that. I also have a guide of stats that I wrote out from online from the Steam community in regards to what the characters are looking for, but I'm going to compare that in regards to how far I've gotten into any individual character's storyline. And I'm going to take a look at that maybe halfway through the game. I'll consider how far I am in how far I'm with any specific character, and then see what I might need to go through to go for that character. There are a lot of secret endings I've noticed. I don't know if I'm really at the level in which I would be looking up, okay, what do I need to do to unlock an ending? But I would like to see if I could get to prom, give it another chance. I am also going to play a full game again. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid, sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. This time I'm going to be playing as Red. Last time I played as Blue, largely because she seemed like the one I would probably identify with the most. Black here looks pretty cool, green here looks pretty sporty, red here looks pretty feisty. Blue seems to be the one that I would identify with the most. This time I'm going to try to focus less on decisions that I would make and more decisions on what the character would make. So looking at the character of Red, what kind of person does she seem to be? A bit fiery, perhaps? Let's find out. And shall we change her pronouns? Let's see how that affects the game. Red here will be gender neutral, because the option is available. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks were left. And as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates, Miranda Vanderbilt, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal, Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire, Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart, Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Polly Geist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. Based on my limited research, there seemed to be more options in regards to who you could actually take to prom. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their hearts. Talk about waiting until the last minute. What did we do for the rest of the high school year? Just avoid social interaction? But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, trademarked. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. You're elected president for a day. What's the first law you pass? You can deduct taxes by writing sonnets instead. Amount of taxes deducted are calculated based on the beauty of the sonnets. Trivia fact: presidents don't pass laws, so is this a trick question, or are you just being an idiot? $1 bills will now include a picture of me in the inscription, "Beware too much awesomeness." My president might last a day, but my fame will last forever. Democracy is just broken. What would be the best way of choosing the leaders of modern society? We create a reality show called America's Next Top President, where the candidates compete in all kinds of physical and mental challenges. Voter turnout would increase and we would turn a profit in it. You put all the candidates in an empty room with a wild grizzly bear. Whoever kills the bear should be our president. If everyone dies, then it's obvious. The bear should be our president. So bold. What would be a killer accessory? Sunglasses at night, coolness itself, shiny armor, a necklace with your own name in case you forget, fancy brass knuckles, a fabulous purse made from the skin of your worst enemy. Alright, so I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards Damien based on these choices. I will try to remember that.
Let's do this.
Okay, now where would Red spend most of her time? Probably not the library or the auditorium. Maybe class, probably outdoors, definitely gym. Possibly the bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. After you're counting and recounting your money, hoping to find an extra $1 when suddenly, "Hey, Red, look here, look what I have. Isn't it shiny?" Scott holds aloft a roll of duct tape, which you concede is indeed shiny. Listen, I'm not saying that we tied up Crazy Martin, the werebear janitor. I'm just saying this tape is crazy strong. And if you wanted to wreak some havoc on the school, Crazy Martin might be a little tied up. I don't know if that's an attempt at like a Jack Nicholson impression or a Matthew McConaughey impression or something somewhere in between. I'll go with it. Thank the goddesses, we've spent months tracking that. Our thing? It's so cool, right? We have a thing and it's our thing, and it's the best thing and it's ours. You fools, that duct tape of retribution! It's the only adhesive that can hold Balthasar the Destroyer, whom we must detain in order to save the world. Oh well, saving the world is good. I just liked it because it was a cool shiny thing. You can have it. No, wait, Scott. They're probably just making that shit up because they want to take the cool thing from us. Balthasar the Destroyer? Obviously fake. Why have I never heard of him? We have a 3-hour-long lecture on Balthasar the Destroyer in a homeroom yesterday. You're right, Damien. They must be lying. I think we would have remembered that.
Always the same with you.
You were at a sports practice and Damien was asleep at his desk. After we heard about the threat Balthasar posed, we took it upon ourselves to journey deep into the dungeons of Alice Ma to bring back the holy duct tape of retribution, only to discover it already gone. Oh, the Dungeon of Allus Ma, that's where we were! We took a wrong turn on our way to English Curses and got totally lost. Somehow we were in some kind of maze. Anyway, we saw that sick tape and thought we might as well take it. And now it's fucking ours and you can't have it. Could you be any more oblivious? Hand over the tape or we'll be forced to use force to take it by force. Yikes, looks like this situation is getting out of control. You'd better step in before someone or some duct tape gets hurt. Huh. You know, don't worry, Damien, you can keep the duct tape of retribution for your nefarious purposes. Coven, why don't you just use the Scotch tape of hey, cut that out instead? Scott, you don't really care about the duct tape, right? You just like having a cool shiny thing. But watch me use my sweet negotiation skills to get, wait for it, 2 cool shiny things. And now I'm already stuck in a roadblock. On one hand, I could be nice to Damien and screw over the Coven. On the other hand, I don't want to be mean to Scott, because Scott will at the very least get more shiny things. But then, okay, what would Red do? Scotch tape of cut the heck. There's no such thing. I mean, I know there are rumors of such an artifact hidden away in the bottom of the depths of the dimmest Therabon Sea. Oh shit, the dimmest Therabon Sea. Scott, isn't that where we accidentally ended up doing vodka shots the other day between classes? Damn, sure is hard to find that English class in this school. No, Damien, that's where you did vodka shots. I was being a good boy, but I did fetch this. After a bit of searching, Scott withdraws a wonderful, glimmering roll of Scotch tape. What? How? Give that to us right now. No, I fetched it for myself fair and square. You're trying to cheat me right now. Why else would it be called Scotch tape? To start with, we're not trying to do anything. We're about to succeed at getting back the magic artifacts that should rightfully be ours. Yo, no. No one comes for my friend or his tape. You want to dance? Let's go. The room is suddenly on fire. It seems like this whole showdown could have been avoided if Damien and Scott just downloaded a map on their phones. They really do get lost and stumble on tape-themed magic artifacts an inordinate number of times. But since that isn't an option, you're forced to watch as the Coven steals both tape artifacts and disappears with a flourish. Oh, now I don't have the thing anymore. And I don't have my thing anymore either, thanks to fucking Red's genius choice to start offering to give away other people's things. You start to explain that you generally totally completely thought you were making that up, and that you had no way of knowing there was actually a Scotch tape of, hey, cut that out. But it doesn't matter. Damien and Scott are way over your artifact giving away ass. You lose -2 fun and 1 boldness. But that got me 1 heart with Damien? Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay. I think I might sit there with Damien, Liam, and... is that the Slayer? Because that has the most characters. And also Damien's there. You've just sat down to eat with Damien and Liam. Well, to eat with Damien. Liam's just taking pictures of his food when a leather-clad figure drops from the air vent onto your table. It's the Slayer!
Prepare to die.
Lunchtime's over, dirtbags. Time to die. This always happens when we sit together. I need to figure out a voice for Damien. Your death-based rhetoric is offensive. Don't spoil my food pick. Oh, I'll spoil more than your food pick, Count Stankula. I'm about to spoil your face. Just his, though, right? Both your faces. Fuck. The Slayer is right between the 3 of you. You can't save Liam and Damien, but if you act fast, you might be able to save one. Immobilize Damien with the Lord's Prayer while Liam escapes. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. Flip the table for justice. That'll clearly piss off Liam because that'll ruin his food picks. But that sounds like a red thing. Normally when you flip tables, it's out of anger or mischief, but this is about to be the most righteous table flip ever performed. No, my footing! No, my artfully arranged cafeteria food! Yes, fucking up school property! The Slayer ends up pinned under the table along with Liam. Damien jumps down there and starts punching indiscriminately, not caring who he hits. So you know, just another normal day for Damien. I've never felt so alive. Offensive. Whatever, let's flip all the rest of the tables in the cafeteria while the flipping's good. You righteously flip every single table in the cafeteria. With each table you flip, you find Damien is flipping a little more. For you. the telling signs of romance.
Let's do this.
Okay, so I'm not going to go out to the thing is, I'm not really... With money, seems like it's a little bit tricky in this game. Because I wasn't sure what the items actually did. And I think the items are for secret endings. So let's go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain, plus do fun. Later, you come across Damien and Vera in the hallway, nonchalantly holding a locker shut with all their strength. The locker has a sign on it that says, "Nothing to see here," and is screaming. Shut the hell up, you... Adorable, fluffy little Fluffy. You see, we're spending quality time with our new pets. Isn't that right, Damien? From somewhere within the locker, you hear, "My parents will pay anything," before Damien kicks the door. Yeah, that's right. Adorable, quiet Fluffy, who's going to stay quiet if he knows what's good for him. You know, I don't really have a great track record with pets. I had some mice for half a day, but my hair ate all of them. It sure would be a shame if our new pet died before we received the true joy of pet ownership. Yes, exactly. The sweet, sweet bank account filling, filthy rich making joy of pet ownership. Surely you have lots of knowledge about pet care. Why not share some of it? You know what pets love? Hardcore death metal all the time to drown out their noises. If you love something, set it free. Just implant a tracking device first. So not so fun, but Damien seems to like that. Perfect! Let's crank that shit. Damien pulls out his iBanshee and blasts his favorite sludgecore anthem. Every swear word I know. The explicit version? What would be the safe for radio version? What would be the better choice? Like, imagine there's like a song that's just filled with swears. Ungodly amount of swears. And you have two choices. The first choice is you bleep out all of the swears. The second choice is you silence all of the swears. Like, instead of, like, somebody saying beep you, it's just you. So if every swear word I know is basically just swear words, either the song will just be a whole bunch of beeps, or it's going to be a silent vocal track with the occasional word along with the beat in the background. I'm not entirely sure which version is better. Yeah. Perfect. This is precisely what we need in order to make sure we don't blow our cover. At that moment, Crazy Martin the Werebear janitor rushes down the hall towards the three of you, bellowing wildly and waving his paws. Fuck. What is blasting profanity-filled music at class-disrupting decibels against the rules? This school is so strict. Crazy Martin the Werebear janitor hauls all of your asses to detention where there is no music to be heard. So Damien liked that? Other than the sound of you scrubbing ectoplasm out of the toilets, you lose -2 smarts and -1 fun. But if I lose -2 smarts, does that mean I gain 2 smarts?
Let's do this.
Alright, let's hang out. I guess we gotta go to class every once in a while. Maybe. Or the library. Outdoors seems like the Rave Palace. Gym is... I haven't been to gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 to charm. After dodgeball comes the obstacle course. You stare across the gym at it, terrified, as are most of your classmates. There are giant centipedes, venomous bears, bloodthirsty magpies circling just under the ceiling, and animals so bizarre one can barely find words to describe them. Alright, class, I've imported this special course from Regular Creatures High School in New South Wales, Australia. That makes actually perfect sense if it's the Australian obstacle course. Don't be afraid, I believe in each and every one of you. These terrifying creatures will not break your will. I will not let you down, Coach. Giant crocs don't scare me. This is not pee in my pants. Finally, we're the adversaries. What's that abomination over there even called? That would be a platypus. I'm gonna drag it to hell. The underworld has never seen such horror. Well, don't just stand there. Show them what you got. Clear the course. We've got to go native, mates. Oi, hold my beer. Whoa, have a look at them. They're so cute. Let's slay them with kindness. So bold. You grab your trusty Bowie knife, slam a 6-pack of Fosters, and wade into the obstacle course. You dispatched armed platypi, fend off magpies by whipping them with snakes, and punch a koala. After winning an arm wrestling match against a drunk crocodile, you instantly become a hero. Whoa, that was awesome! You even made Coach cry. It's tears of joy. The will of youth really did find a way. Damien sees it too. I'm not crying, it's just so much murder. Your glorious slaughter of endangered animals will go down in history. You gained +2 fun and +1 boldness and a lawsuit from Greenpeace.
Let's do this.
Alright. You find Damien brandishing his usual silverware, a hammer and chisel, while Liam looks on in horror. You can't eat that. Watch me. First of all, it's made of one seamless piece of obsidian, so it's low calorie. And second of all, it's a phylactery. Part of this balanced breakfast. It's lunch. You're just jealous. No, I'm nervous. Nervous that you're going to eat that, get possessed by a lick, and kill us all. Well, I'm nervous that that's not going to happen. Looks like these two are at an impasse. Maybe you can solve this dispute and score some romantic cred at the same time. Damien, don't eat it! You won't have room for all these baby seals I brought you. Liam's right, Damien. You should make him eat it. Baby seals, give them to me. I can already taste the cruelty. Red, you scoundrel! How could you substitute wanton irresponsibility for animal cruelty? You quietly explain to Liam that the baby seals you're feeding Damien aren't really baby seals. Hey, these are just seal-shaped beanie babies stuffed with tofu and pig's blood. Good thing you always keep a sack of baby seal decoys in case of killer whale attack. I applaud your craftiness and your high regard for animal life. Let's go return this phylactery to Larry's crypt together. It ends up being the third most romantic night you've ever spent in a crypt. Score! That would be an interesting rating system. Let's see. I haven't been to the class, auditorium, or library yet. But I think I might need to gain more fun and possibly more boldness. I think boldness is gym class, fun is outdoors. So let us go outdoors, because I am low on the fun. That day during recess, he started a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. At one point, Juan, the small magical Latino cat, slips on a banana peel. You start to laugh at him. He asks you to stop, but you don't. You laugh so hard at him that you somehow steal +2 fun from him. That almost sounds like a Blade Runner question. To determine whether or not you are a human being. And she did not pass. You're chilling out, not murdering anybody, when Damien slinks up to you. He's hauling a large sack with the words, "Definitely not a corpse," written on it. Hey, you're not gonna believe this, but there's definitely actually a corpse in this bag. You never would have guessed. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm exactly responsible for making this corpse. At least not without my lawyer present. But let's just say he and I apparently had very different definitions of rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, I'm not interested in going back to jail, so I need you to help me hide this body real quick. It would be an extremely attractive thing to do. Luckily, hiding dead bodies is kinda your thing. You share your brilliant solution. Disguise him as a drinking fountain, no one will know the difference. Just chuck him in my garage, he'll blend perfectly with my collection of vintage dead bodies. Oh my. I'm not entirely sure which answer is better. I almost want to flip a coin for this one. Because these are, like, this is really bold. Both answers are pretty bold. You throw the corpse in the back of Damien's dread chariot and hoof it over to your garage. Holy hell, are these all yours? Some of these are total classics. Elvis Presley, Amelia Earhart? Fuck, you've got 3 popes in here. I've spent all this time trying to be a great murderer, when the greatest murderer of all was next to me the entire time. Damien lovingly lays his mangled corpse next to your pristine collector's items, a look of awe on his face. Joke's on him, you're actually just a really accomplished grave robber. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Okay, that seemed pretty successful.
Let's do this.
Okay, so let's go to class for once in our lives. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, You forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity in this high school. You gain +2 smarts. You see Damien beating the piss out of a goblin like he always does when he's depressed. You go over and ask him what's up. It's this whole heir to the throne of hell thing. It's really bumming me out. I hate being a prince of hell, and I'm gonna hate being a king of hell even more. I mean, how am I supposed to rebel against authority when I am the authority? Not even beating the piss out of this goblin is cheering me up. Damien continues to beat the piss out of the goblin, but his heart clearly isn't in it. I mean, is there anything rad I can do as a king of hell? Literally anything. Let's see, you're forgetting about the ultimate way to fight authority. Total war. Kings have harems, and I definitely join yours. Sluttiness or violence? Not so bold. Aw, war? What the fuck is that good for? Answer, absolutely nothing. Violence is only cool when you're doing it to people who are weaker than you. War is all about armies fighting armies. I'm all about armies fighting civilians, but you're not a prince. I guess you'll never understand. Unless I make you understand. Come to think of it, you look a lot weaker than me. Whoever coined the phrase, "what doesn't kill you makes you stronger," never got a beating from Damien. You lose -2 fun and -1 boldness. Okay. I'll get that back. It's never too late.
Let's do this.
Do I continue the Damien route? Or try other possibilities? I'll try other possibilities. Watching Vera eat is usually pretty disturbing. Her snakes eat at the same time she does, but at least it's usually quiet. This time, however, Scott is doing his best to change that. Go Lefty! Gobble that mouse! No, watch out for the wiggles coming up from behind! Use that tongue! Go! Why he does this every week or so, whenever my snakes need a meal. He seems to think snake eating contests are a competitive sport. Also, I don't think he realizes that an actual snake eating contest would probably involve people eating snakes. I tried charging him for tickets to get him to stop, but he actually pays to do this. He keeps track of each snake's statistics on a little index card. He's even given them names. Go Slither! Go Bendy! Go Sanchez! Go Snake! Snake is the best snake. Those aren't their names. God, no matter how much he pays for the tickets, it isn't enough. This seems like a real tense situation. You resolve it in the only way you know how, by opening your mouth and yelling, boring, this is nothing compared to earthworm eating contests, or snake, eat that food and stay awake. That's the spirit. Get your head in the game, Sanchez. Do snakes have heads? Or are they just neck and face? Whoa, check it out. Bendy's been behind all season with record low BMI. That's body mass index. The index is because I wrote it on this index card. But now she's hungry for victory. Let's go, Bendy. Swallow that glory. The snakes really do seem to enjoy having an audience. They're really hamming it up, or should it be snaking it up? Your wild cheering motivates Bendy to really go all out. She tries to grab the mouse out of Lefty's jaws, but the two end up tearing it in half. Ah, my scalp! It'll take my steak charmer hairdresser hours to get these organs out. Oh, major foul on Bendy there. She's gonna be out for the rest of the season. Damn right she is. I'm having her muzzled, and her name is Spirulina. By the time Vera's cleaned up the blood and runoff, you've made plans to meet with Scott to watch the next match. Nice.
Let's do this.
Alright, so outdoors is out. Auditorium is creativity, class is smarts, library is smarts, outdoors is fun, gym is boldness. Bathrooms are boldness? That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But you don't just stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for the rest of eternity. So you do some graffiti on the wall. No way. The graffiti says, I'm bold as fuck. And you know what? It turns out the wall is a magical wall that grants wishes. What a wall! A deep voice resounds from within the wall and says, well, not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold. And then you gain +2 boldness. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Anyway, lucky you. Later, you see Damien packing a bag. I'm going away for the weekend. To detention. I have fucking detention again. Why? Just because I rigged the teacher's lounge door with the booby traps that poured selkie piss on whoever opened it. I mean, I didn't even set anything on fire this time. Let me spill the tea. This school is strict as fuck. Anyway, just brainstorming some ways to keep things entertaining beyond fucking ditching. Do it. Do it. Just fucking ditch. Do it. Cross-species economic and social barriers to make lifelong friends with a diverse group of students in detention and find out through silly dancing that you're not so different after all. So basically the Breakfast Club. Do I want him to ditch it? Or join the Breakfast Club? I mean, ditch it seems like the way to go forward, but Breakfast Club is more interesting. So bold! Damn, why didn't I think of that? I mean, I just did, but I didn't consider it as a serious option. If I skip detention, what are they gonna do? Give me detention? I can do anything. Make a bonfire at the desk, jerk off into the potions, and I'll just skip detention forever and wreak as much havoc as I want. Fuck yeah, havoc! Well, you may have created a monster, but at least he's your monster. You gain +2 smarts and +1 boldness.
Let's do this.
Alright. So, I forget what the library is for, so let's go to the library. Easy steps to enlarge your tentacles. Girls love a really long tentacle. Or 8! Click on the link to find out how. tentclenlarge342.11notavirus.net. Sounds appropriate. That day, you spend some time on the library's PCs sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose -10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares? And you gain +2 money. Okay. Liam and Damien stand over a pile of books Liam has gathered. They're scowling intently as if the books have personally wronged them.
So mainstream.
Our school teaches the most common mainstream basic material imaginable. I think there's only one thing we can do, really. Petition the school to include works of value. Burn the books. Damien, you're absolutely right. The fight against anti-intellectualism must be telegraphed in strong action, not just empty words, which is actually kind of an interesting way to phrase the idea of saying that you want to fight against the terrible books, but you don't want to use empty words, so you burn all the words. Damien snaps his fingers and the books burst into flames. You have to admit, between a petition and fire, fire is the much cooler option. Unfortunately, it's at this exact moment that Crazy Martin chooses to appear. Oh no, not again. He always thinks these things are my fault, just because they are. I can't get detention. I'm seeing a nondescript yogurt resort concert this weekend. a nondescript yogurt resort concert. This week, and then the band only plays once in the blue moon when the lunar eclipse lines up with the... There's no time to let Liam finish. Quick, step in and be the hero they need. Tell him there was a 3-horned paper gobbler on the loose that was planning to devour the entire collection. Burn down the entire library. No point of origin, no proof of culprit. Not bold. Quickly thinking, you add more books to the fire, and more, and more, and even more than that, and even more than that, even... You fool, you've obstructed their only means of egress. Fuck, dude, I like this fire, but this right here is too much fire. I've never said that before. I don't even know who I am anymore. Luckily, Crazy Martin jumps in with a fire extinguisher, saving you all from the onslaught of flames. Less luckily, he's now hauling all of your asses to detention. Again. Fuck, who would ever thought that arson could sometimes be bad? It is a fundamental injustice of the world that my actions sometimes have consequences. Worst of all, thanks to Crazy Martin's quick intervention, the library is still standing. The library is still standing, which means more reading is inevitable. Gross. You lose fun and boldness. I'm losing too much fun. I need to gain that fun back. I'm somewhat bold, but not fun enough. Ah. I noticed Scott and, Vera tend to be sitting together. There's the Coven. But we haven't seen Polly yet. Strange, you could have sworn Polly and Damien were at this table when you picked it. Pissed. Psst. Hey, loser, down here. It's us, Polly and Damien, hiding under this table for totally innocent reasons. A ferocious roar sounds from the door of the cafeteria. Crazy Martin, the werebear janitor, is here and he's looking for someone. Oh shit, he's here. Why is he after us anyway? I think what we did really falls under federal jurisdiction. International law, more like. Those munchkins were Canadian citizens. Now that you mention it, I think we might actually have to face a war crimes tribunal. Worth it though, right? Oh, totally. As long as we can get away from Buzzkill the bear over there. Just hide in the ghost zone. You know, the special alternate dimension only ghosts can use. Hide behind diplomatic immunity. I mean, you're both princes of hell, right? Diplomatic immunity is tight, especially from Lethal Weapon 2. But the ghost zone sounds pretty awesome. However, only Polly can hide in the ghost zone. Damien would be screwed. Not me, I'm not. I'm not even a princess of hell. Guess you should have thought of that before being born a commoner, huh? I wasn't born, Damien, I was died. Well, die better next time. I'll try to keep that in mind when I'm being tried at Fairy Tale Court for negligent munchkin side. Great, let me know how it goes. I'm off to crush an orphanage and get away with it, 'cause I'm royalty. Later. After the orphanage crushing, Damien takes you out for ice cream. Sweet. Literally. I like how that completely ignores the orphanage crushing.
Let's do this.
Okay, so I need to get fun back, but the outdoors are closed off. So maybe the gym might be a good place to get some fun? That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she is unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain +1 BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen. And +2 charm. You see Damien about to punch some noob when suddenly a dimensional portal opens between the two of them. Hey, what the hell? I was about to punch that noob. Let's see. There will be plenty of noobs to punch my fearsome paramour when you are mine. What? I have traveled across time and space to find a fit commander for my armies and for my bedroom. Oh, you want me to come over to your kingdom so we can kill people and fuck? I wouldn't put it quite so crassly. Well, I would, and that sounds doper than hell, which isn't hard because hell is lame, but still. But if Damien goes to another dimension to fucking kill people, how will he fucking kill people with you? There's only one thing to do. Defeat the prince's entirely shitty army using nothing but a colander and a grapefruit. Show Damien a picture of the prince's armies wearing clown shoes and assless chaps. So bold. So bold. Armed with your trusty colander helm and furious grapefruit, you charge through the rift. The prince's army turns out to be just 3 dudes, and one of those dudes is just 2 toddlers in a trench coat. You strain the shit out of them. Squeeze grapefruit juice into their wounds, and toss what's left into a volcano. And what's more, you live stream the entire thing for Damien to watch back home. When you get back, he's applauding. Holy shit, that was wicked. I've never seen someone be so gratuitous with a grapefruit. Screw this interdimensional a-hole. I want you to teach me about using limes as an offensive weapon. The prince slinks back into his kingdom to recruit a new shitty army, while you teach Damien the mysteries of citrus food. You gain +2 charm and +1 boldness. So I've gotten pretty bold, not too much fun. So I can gain some of that fun back by going outdoors, I think. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. Everything is fine until Juan, the small magical Latino cat, asks what you think you're doing. Damn, you didn't remember you suck at dancing, but you decide to go all in and pretend it's a new dance move, apparently called the Groovy Musaka. Juan looks at you and he asks you to teach him the Groovy Musaka. In no time, half the party is following your steps, enjoying the Groovy Musaka all together. It's a party to remember. You gain +2 fun and a cool story to tell your grandkids one day. You notice Damien and Miranda squatting on the grass, poking something with a stick. You rush over, hoping for a dead possum, but instead you find them gathered around an entire tiny metropolis. Check this shit out. It's our kingdom. I call it Smalltopia. A tiny voice from the city shouts up at you. It's called West Pemberley, and we're not a monarchy. I was gonna just burn it at all with a magnifying glass, but I'm happy Miranda stopped me. It's good to be king. The tiny voice from the city says, we vote for our leaders in a biannual elections. But we were facing a quandary. How to boost our kingdom's struggling economy. Yeah, the whole place has been facing an economic recession ever since a pigeon stole the hospital to build its nest. The tiny voice says that red guy stole the hospital and lied about it. I'm used to managing kingdoms that are significantly larger and much more underwater. I'm afraid I'm at a loss. Yeah. Hey, how about being our royal advisor? The pay's shit, but you can take whatever buildings you want. Hey, says the tiny voice. Build a new hospital of popsicle sticks and hot glue. You know it always boosts an economy? War! I think I saw an anthill over by the water fountain. Okay, so he didn't like war before. Why would he like war now? What? You want to build me to build a hospital? Ah, I don't build hospitals, I burn hospitals. I neither build nor burn hospitals. The former is servants' work, and the latter is for daddy's soldiers. Come, Damien, let us banish this foolish interloper from our kingdom. It's not yours, and it's not a kingdom, screams the tiny voice, but Damien's too busy kicking your ass to notice. Down with the fun, down with the boldness. Somehow I'm not getting this fun back.
Let's do this.
Alright. You find Vera sitting in front of a pile of money instead of food as usual. Damien comes over and drops his own money pile on the table, and also some organs.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad, but I prefer to exert a little less effort for my income. A dejective swamp creature slumps over to the table and adds some money to Vera's pile. Income? You mean this stuff? This is just what people throw at me to get me to stop punching them. And this is what people throw at me to keep me from revealing what kind of porn they're into. But I agree, the money is only secondary. The frowns on their faces are their own reward. Still, I'm always looking to improve efficiency. Have you tried developing business contacts in hell? Your victims will be even more terrified if they know death won't save them. Yeah, but that doesn't work on the undead. For those, you need a priest. A priest? You know how my family feels about priests. I'm sick of terrorizing people one at a time. There's gotta be a way to terrorize everybody in the cafeteria at once. And make money at the same time. I'm sure there is. That is, after all, the essence of capitalism. Set the building on fire and charge an exit fee. Trick everyone into the cafeteria into having an orgy, then film it. Blackmail in bulk.
Great.
I'm surprised you didn't think of that, Damien. Damien, where'd he go? Hey, I'm back. I was just setting the building on fire real quick. Did I miss anything? What about the rest of the plan? There was a plan? Not anymore. Damien, immune to fire as he is, continues doing exactly what he was doing before the fire. Beating people up for their money and organs. Okay.
Let's do this.
So I really need to get some of this fun back. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You spot Juan, the small magical Latino cat, who seems a bit sad. He explains to you that he's worried people are used to calling him Juan, the small magical Latino cat, that now everyone defines him only by his size, magicality, ethnicity, and species. He's more than just that. You correct him. You don't see him in such simplistic terms and convenient definitions. It's just that there are around 23 other different Juans in the school, so adding all that to his name is quite necessary. You tell him you'll never forget about him and the crazy adventures you both lived together in Monster Prom's prequel, Monster Middle School. You have a great time remembering those crazy stories. You gain +2 fun. The moment that ends, the sound of masculine energy, if it had a sound, fills the air. Come at me, four-legged fuckwads. Look, bro, just stop hanging with our cousin Scott, and we won't beat you up, okay? It's all cool, dude. No, it's not all cool. I'm gonna hang out with that dumb mutt whenever I feel like it. Kinda because I like him. Mostly because you can't control me. Scott's a wolf. He belongs with the wolf pack. What do you have that we don't? Muscles, we've got those. Sharp teeth, we've got those. Independent thought, maybe? That's it, Fireboy. We're sending you straight to hell. I mean, fine. Bring it. Uh-oh. Damien's not exactly helpless, but this is 4 against 1. Get in there and help a demon out. Guys, what are you talking about? Damien is a werewolf. Rap battle! A rap battle? Aw, shit. Let's go, boys. A member of the wolf pack steps forward and pulls a mic out of his pocket. Why did he have a mic in his pocket? Don't worry about it. The rest of the wolf pack lays down a sick beat as the wolf with a mic roasts your ass. So you think you're a player, but what are you playing? You could be out dating, but it seems you're mostly staying home by yourself like a loser on your own. I bet you 50 money that you'll go to prom alone. You can gather your boldness, your charm, and your smarts, but you're still a lame-ass high schooler who smells like farts. Oh shit. Those were some sick burns. You have absolutely no comeback to that level of wit. You lose face, charm, and creativity.
Let's do this.
Okay. I can go for bold or fun. I'm kind of low on the fun still, but I'm also could use some boldness. So let us go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class, intending to spend the term in the bathrooms, but you encounter 3 wild hyenas on the way there. Who the fuck runs security here? Anyway, you subdue them with the help of a hair comb. God bless the monster scouts and all the idiotic scenarios they prepared you for. They prepared you for an encounter with 3 hyenas that can be defeated with a hair comb. By the time you get to the bathrooms, you've totally gained +2 boldness. You're doing your thing when a wild Damien suddenly appears. Hey you look like you have nothing better to do. I need a mount for the prom because walking is for losers. And also because I lost my driver's license after I drove my motorcycle through another Sunday school picnic. But I won't take just any lame-ass mount, I need the best creature in hell. So let's brainstorm. If you don't answer in the next 10 seconds, I'm putting a bit in your mouth and riding you. We're talking hell here, so a goat. But not just any goat. A goat that's a real asshole. What about that giant gelatinous 50-nosed creature at your house that spits bile and eats corpses? I don't know, I would imagine that's a really, really inefficient mount. Oh, so because I'm a demon and I live in hell with my 2 dads, who are also demons, you think I'm into goats? That's fucking offensive. One guy impregnates a goat with hellspawn once, and now everybody thinks about all goats down there. Dude, what's wrong with you? You know goats are a sensitive topic for demons. And there goes my fun.
Let's do this.
This has been a tough battle in an attempt to get fun. You arrive at your chosen table to find Damien dejectedly hefting a ball of mashed potatoes, while Polly sadly passes her hand through the same. Seriously, what do we have to do to get food fights started in this cafeteria? I honestly do not know. I tried throwing potatoes at people and yelling food fight, but I think everyone is too scared of me to fight back. And I can't throw any food because of my stupid ghost hands. Plates, mirrors, antique furniture, sure, but not food. There's gotta be a way to provoke a food war. My dads are always telling me to be more political. But we're not political. Your strength is hitting things, and my strength is being unbelievably hot all the time. Unbelievably hot. That's it. We'll set the cafeteria on fire. Wait, no, that's not a solution. That's just arson. Why do I always jump straight to arson? It's hard to watch them struggle through this by themselves, so you step in with an idea of your own. Wars are fought over scarce resources. Steal everyone's food and put it in a pile. Hey, Polly, you know how the Greeks fought a whole war over Helen of Troy's face? We just need you to get kidnapped by Trojans? Whoa, is that what politics is? Beating people up and putting their stuff in a big pile? I didn't know I was already so good at politics. And then I can roll around in that food pile. It'll feel so good on my non-skin. Damien spends the rest of lunch piling everybody's food in an enormous food mountain. Hungry students are soon swarming the mountain trying to grab what they can while Damien pelts them with fire and knives from above. In a panic, the students turn on each other, fighting with the only weapon they have, the food in their hands. Ha ha! Food fight, food fight. I think a fight like this is how I died. The casualties are beyond counting, but no one will be forgetting that food fight anytime soon.
Let's do this.
Okay, one last chance to get some fun. I will get that fun. You're talking to Juan, the small magical Latino cat, when he tells you that you won't ever be as fun as Bob the scary clown. You accept the challenge, you go straight to Bob, stab him several times, open his bleeding chest, and eat some of his guts in order to consume his fun. Really? Do you think that's how this works? Welp, it is! You gain +2 fun from poor Bob. You're taking a break with Scott, Damien, and Vera when the whole wolf pack comes stomping over. Oh great, it's these boneheads again. I wonder what they want. Hey Scott, what's up, dog and non-dogs? Eat shit, you fucking flea farm. Whoa, Damien, calm down. These guys are my cousins, even more important, they're my teammates. Oh yeah? Well, if we're so important, how come we didn't see you at the dog park last full moon? Last full moon? Oh wow, I don't remember. I was at the bowling alley with Damien and Vera, and then it was the next morning and I was naked and covered in blood. Oh yeah, that night was rad. We all wake up naked and covered in blood after a full moon, Scott, but we wake up naked and covered in blood together. You know why? Because we're werewolves. The question is, are you? I'm sick of these creeps, always harassing Scott. We need to get rid of them, but how? Pretend to throw a ball really far, but actually just hide it behind your back. A fiendish deception. Stack Vera and Damien on your shoulders to make yourself as big as possible. Aww. You grab Damien to put him on your shoulders. Vera should always be on top. Damien punches you in the throat. What the fuck are you doing? Now is no time to build a human totem pole. We're trying to help our friend. Human totem pole? You're gonna stack us? This is the worst excuse anyone's ever come with to look up my skirt. And I was once approached by a reality show called Vera, Can We Please Look Up Your Skirt? Guys, stop fighting. It's making me anxious and I might pee. Forget about them, Scott. Come with us and we'll proudly pee together. You try to stop them, but it's hard to talk when you've just been punched in the throat. You lose smarts and boldness. Oh well. Let's see if we can get Damien to come with us to prom.
Hey, noob.
Ask Damien to prom.
Let's do this.
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to Monster Prom with you. Prom with you? Stupid fuck, I need spice in my life. And if you were a spice, you'd be, some fucking bland spice. What a loser. After that, you were forced to abandon your home and join the underground society of sad people who couldn't get a date for Monster Prom, which is a fancy way of saying you had to live the rest of your life in the fucking sewers. Gross. One day I'll go to prom. Maybe not today. Oh, those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we are and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Miranda and Damien received an award from Smalltopia for their work as city planners. Smalltopia's citizens still insist the award was fake, and they pray every day for the two of them to stop messing with their city. Scott turned out to be a genius and became the most renowned mathematician in the country. JK, he became an athlete, duh. He's still a bit of a simpleton, but as lovable and good-hearted as ever. Polly graduated from doing lots of ayahuasca? And now she appears to be hallucinating people and acts as their spirit animal. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Okay. Maybe one day I'll go to prom. But I guess today was not that day. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.